The key thing is that we know where we are going. You can do everything else. You can work your ass off, and you can be a good person, you can save your money, and you can do all of this stuff, but if you don't know where you're going, you're going to fail.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is not only one of the most successful actors of all time, he's one of the most successful people. His story of overcoming adversity to achieve these heights with a hard work ethic can help guide and inspire you no matter what your industry. With this being the Crafty Music Tips channel, I'm going to use some helpful tips Arnold had to say in a recent interview that I stumbled across and apply it to music. But it really is widespread. And don't underestimate the power of its simplicity. Sometimes it's the most simple things that are the most powerful and overlooked.
Imagine that a team of planes are taking off from the aircraft carrier. They're out. Now imagine you say stop, freeze frame. Planes are hanging out there in the air. And now they say, but they don't know where to go and what to do.
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to be a successful mission? No. It's over. It's over. No matter how sophisticated that airplane is, no matter how well the people worked on the deck to get those planes out there, which is a miracle how they do that. But if the pilots don't know what to do after they take off, and they all go in different directions, and no one is in sync. So this is what your life is like if you take off and you don't know where you're going.
So specifically the reminder of having a goal, having a vision. Is that something that you have in your life? Is it something that's very strong, and are you very clearly attempting to go towards it? For me in my life, I can think of many times where you get a little bit wayward with where it is that you want to go, and so having that strong vision just kept me going.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the governor of California. How did that happen?
Here's the thing, that if you have a very clear vision and you're absolutely convinced and have the faith in your vision, then all the work that you need to do becomes easier because there's a purpose for it.
And one way that it really specifically helped me was that it gave me a focus. Now there's shiny object syndrome out there, but really just for me, having a really strong idea of where I wanted to go as a musician made the decisions for me. It kept me going in as straight a line as I possibly could by giving me really a strong sense of focus.
No matter how difficult it is, we got to know where we're going. So you have to have a specific goal, whatever it is, how crazy it is.
Having a clear goal helped me with my passion, but just being passionate about music, not having a sense of which direction I wanted to go to. Not a really strong way, at least for me, of being able to remain active. And it's really easy to lose that passion. So easy, because look, the times get tough, or perhaps you see something else that might be also a passion. But yeah, having that clear mindset, that clear focus, that clear direction, very helpful.
You have to be really in touch with your passion and what is inside, rather than just keep looking at that iPad and at that iPhone and checking out what everyone else is doing. Well, you're not going to get an idea what everyone else is doing. No, you have to find out what you are going to do. Forget about everyone else. Let's find out what you're going to do. And so this is why I say, find your passion, find the place where you want to go, no matter how difficult it is.
Having a clear vision helped me be disciplined. Not all the time, I'm a human being, but in many cases I can think, should I do one of many things, or should I do the thing that's probably going to help me along my path, the one of which that I want to go down, sometimes you don't want to do that for whatever reason. It might be tricky, it might be painful, it might be arduous, especially that. But if the thing that you don't really want to do is going to help you along your path, then for me it's a no-brainer.
Because I don't know if you've seen people that, foreigners that come over to Hollywood, and you see them getting off the tourist bus, and then they get to the intersection, and then they kind of like, they look around. Kind of like, where should I start? Look at all the shops. Oh my God. So this is what a huge amount of people have that look.
In
Not
life,
to look for the next store. This is just a symbolic thing. But in reality, about life, they say, where should I go to college? Should I go and join a football team? Should I train? Should I meet up with my friends? Should I go to another country, another state? You got to have a vision.
Having a clear vision, a clear goal, me in my life helped me to be able to go to places that I never would have necessarily thought possible or didn't know existed. And that's not necessarily just physically speaking, but the goal or the path of which that you are destined for in your mind will never go exactly the way that you want it to. But in that can give you so many unexpected, delightful things that you never would have thought were possible.
So I use the same method as I used in bodybuilding, I use now and applied it to acting. And I worked my ass off, I believed in myself, and I moved closer and closer, and every time someone said, it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen, I got one step closer, and eventually.
Also in this interview, Arnold elaborates about how his long, hard to spell, hard to pronounce initially last name, and also his accent were quite a hindrance to begin with. A hindrance for his vision of wanting to become a worldwide superstar, being known as an actor.
So now all of a sudden, they said the body and the accent, the very thing that they said would not work, all of a sudden work. So I just applied the same rules with positivity, but as I said, the key thing is that we know where we are going. No matter how difficult it is, we got to know where we're going.
Can you imagine if he didn't stick to his guns? Pardon the pun. If he didn't follow the path, follow his dreams, follow his goals, well then we wouldn't know his name and his accent.
Everything that they said that would be impossible all of a sudden changed.
And so you could argue that he had other traits that were more of what helped make him a big success. But there has to be a driving force, something that's pushing the cart along to the destination.
Because you can do everything else. You can work your ass off, and you can be a good person, you can save your money, and you can do all of this stuff. But if you don't know where you're going, you're going to fail.
And so one might presume, if you're watching a YouTube video on the Crafty Music Tips YouTube channel, that you probably are after some tips to help you along your musical journey, a part of the musical industry perhaps. So might I suggest a little helpful gift before we finish this video? It's a free ebook download called Actually, How Good Are You? And yes, in the name, it may hopefully suggest that it does give you a really good look at a way of being able to self-analyze where it is that you are on your journey and how it is that you can get further along it. And in particular on the subject of finding your passion and knowing what your goals and vision are, That's exactly what this ebook does. It gives you a bunch of ways to be able to evaluate if it's that sore point, like what I was saying before. But regardless, it's going to be a way to be able to just help you along wherever you are at your journey right now. So I'll leave a link below for you to go download it. I hope it helps. This has been yet another Crafty Music Tips YouTube video here on YouTube. There is a bunch of other ones here that'll be helpful in many different aspects of music. So I think that's it for me. Hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments below. We'll see you in another one of those videos really soon, wherever you are. Just remember that you don't have to do every single thing right now. Just do the next thing. Cheers.
It's a crazy stuff, but it works.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is why I say, have a vision.